Ladies and gentlemen, there is a voice within you, one that whispers your worth, one that knows your power. But too often we let the noise of the world drown it out. We let others define us. We let doubt creep in. And before we know it, we shrink ourselves to fit into spaces never meant to hold our greatness. But today I ask you, why do you devalue yourself? Who told you that you were not enough? That your dreams were too big, your voice too loud, your presence too much? Who convinced you that you had to apologize for taking up space in this world? Let me tell you something. You were never meant to be small. You were not born to dim your light for others' comfort. You are here to rise, to stand tall, to embrace every ounce of your brilliance. Life will try to convince you that your worth is negotiable, that it depends on what you have, who you know, or how others see you. But your worth is not up for debate. It was sealed within you the moment you took your first breath. From the moment we take our first breath, the world begins placing labels on us. We are measured by our achievements, by the way we look, by the opinions of those around us. Society sets standards, what success should look like, how beauty should be defined, what intelligence means. And if we don't fit neatly into these definitions, we begin to question ourselves. But I need you to understand something. Your worth is not something that can be assigned by anyone else. It is not determined by your bank account, your job title, the number of followers you have, or the approval of others. It is not measured by your mistakes or your struggles. Your worth is something that was given to you the moment you entered this world. It is inherent, unshakable, and undeniable. Too many people live their lives trying to prove their value, trying to be good enough in the eyes of others. They chase validation, seeking acceptance in relationships, workplaces, and social circles. They twist and mold themselves into versions that they think will be more likable, more respected, more loved. But in doing so, they lose sight of who they truly are. Here's the truth. No one has the right to tell you what you are worth. Not your past, not your failures, not the people who underestimated you, not even your own doubts. The only person who can define your worth is you. And when you finally recognize that, when you stop allowing the world to dictate your value, you free yourself from the chains of insecurity, self-doubt, and fear. So walk with your head high, speak with authority, take up space, stop waiting for permission to be confident. You are already enough. You always have been. The moment you stop seeking validation from others is the moment you step into your true power. From a young age, many of us are taught to play small, to lower our voices, to stay in our place, to not make waves. We are told that being bold is too much, that confidence is arrogance, that taking up space is selfish, and so little by little, we begin to shrink ourselves, and we dim our light to make others comfortable. We soften our strengths so we don't intimidate. We silence our opinions out of fear that they might be rejected. We downplay our accomplishments so we don't seem boastful. And in doing so, we start to believe that we are not enough. But let me ask you, who does it serve when you make yourself smaller? Who benefits when you silence your voice, when you hold back your brilliance, when you hide your true self? Certainly not you. Certainly not the world that needs your gifts, your ideas, your presence. You were never meant to be invisible. You were not born to sit on the sidelines of life, watching others rise while you keep yourself in the shadows. You have a purpose, a voice, a power that is meant to be seen and heard. Shrinking yourself does not make you more lovable. It does not make you more worthy. It does not make the world a better place. Greatness does not come from those who hesitate to be seen. It comes from those who dare to stand tall, who embrace their strengths unapologetically, who walk into every room with the confidence of knowing they belong. So stop making yourself small to fit into spaces that cannot contain you. Stop minimizing your achievements, your dreams, your ambitions. Stop apologizing for your intelligence, your beauty, your success. You are allowed to shine. You are allowed to be proud of who you are. Own your power. Speak up. Stand firm. Take up space. Because the world needs all of you, not a watered-down version that fits other people's expectations. Confidence is not arrogance. It is not about thinking you are better than others. It is about knowing that you are enough, without comparison, without external validation, without needing permission from anyone else. But here's the thing. Confidence does not always come naturally. Many of us have been conditioned to doubt ourselves. Maybe we were criticized as children, told that we were too much or not enough. Maybe we were made to feel that our opinions didn't matter, that our dreams were unrealistic, that we weren't smart, talented, or attractive enough to succeed. And over time, those voices of doubt took root in our minds, making us question our abilities, our worth, and our right to take up space in this world. But confidence is not something you are born with or without. It is something you build. It is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Confidence is the quiet belief that you are capable, that you have value, that you deserve to be heard and seen. It is standing tall even when the world tries to make you feel small. It is speaking with certainty even when your voice shakes. It is walking into a room knowing that you belong, not because someone told you so, but because you know it within yourself. Lack of confidence keeps too many people from reaching their full potential. It makes talented individuals stay silent when they have brilliant ideas. It makes beautiful souls hide themselves out of fear of rejection. It makes people settle for less love, less success, less joy, simply because they do not believe they deserve more. But let me tell you something. Confidence is the key that unlocks doors. When you believe in yourself, the world starts to believe in you too. People are drawn to those who carry themselves with certainty. Opportunities come to those who walk boldly in their purpose. Success follows those who do not second-guess their own worth. So how do you build confidence? You act as if. You show up as the person you want to be, even if you're still growing into them. You stop negative self-talk and replace it with affirmations of strength. You take risks even when you're scared. You celebrate your victories, no matter how small. You surround yourself with people who uplift you and remove yourself from those who belittle you. Confidence is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting yourself enough to figure things out. It is about knowing that you are just as worthy as anyone else to chase your dreams, to speak your truth, to stand in your power. So stand tall, speak with assurance, walk like you deserve to be here. Confidence is key, and once you find it, nothing can stand in your way. Why do we feel the need to apologize for simply being ourselves? From a young age, many of us learn to adjust, to conform, to mold ourselves into what others expect us to be. We learn to apologize, not just for our mistakes, but for our existence. We say sorry for speaking too loudly, for having an opinion, for showing emotion, for dreaming big, for wanting more. We say sorry when we're not even wrong, as if we have to justify our presence in this world. But I want you to ask yourself, why? Why do you feel the need to apologize for the way you laugh, the way you think, the way you love, the way you express yourself? Why do you silence yourself to make others comfortable? Who told you that being full of yourself was something to be ashamed of? Let me tell you something. You do not owe the world an apology for being who you are. You do not need to apologize for your strengths. You do not need to apologize for your intelligence, your ambition, your talent. You do not need to make yourself smaller just to fit inside someone else's expectations. How many times have you downplayed your success so others wouldn't feel insecure? How many times have you hidden your personality, your uniqueness, your brilliance, because you were afraid of being judged? How many times have you stopped yourself from taking a risk, speaking your truth, or standing your ground because you didn't want to seem too much? You have spent too much time apologizing for things that need no apology. You are not too loud. You are expressive. You are not too quiet. You are reflective. You are not too strong. You are resilient. You are not too emotional. You are human. So stop apologizing for feeling deeply. Stop apologizing for loving yourself. Stop apologizing for your standards, for your boundaries, for your self-worth. Stop apologizing for taking up space. You are allowed to be here exactly as you are. You do not have to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. The right people, the ones who truly see you, will never ask you to. So stand tall, speak boldly, own your truth, and never again say sorry for being exactly who you were meant to be. Too often, we allow the world to place a price tag on our worth. We let other people's opinions, judgments, and expectations determine how valuable we are. We measure our worth by external factors, by our job titles, our income, our appearance, or the approval of others. And when we don't meet certain standards, we begin to doubt ourselves. But let me tell you something. Your value is not up for debate. It is not something that can be bargained with, diminished, or taken away. It does not fluctuate based on someone else's opinion of you. It is not tied to your mistakes, your failures, or the times you've fallen short. Your value is intrinsic, unshakable, and non-negotiable. Think about the sun. Whether someone appreciates its warmth or takes it for granted, the sun still rises. Your value is the same. It exists independent of recognition, validation, or approval. Yet, so many of us give others the power to dictate our worth. We allow rejection to make us feel unworthy. We let relationships, friendships, or workplaces that don't value us make us think we aren't good enough. We compare ourselves to others and assume that if they shine, we must be lacking. But the truth is, someone else's inability to see your value does not mean it isn't there. A diamond remains a diamond even if someone doesn't recognize its worth. A masterpiece remains a masterpiece even if someone walks past it without a second glance. So stop letting the wrong people make you question your value. Stop giving your power away to those who fail to see your brilliance. Stop waiting for validation from those who will never be able to give you what you already possess within yourself. You do not have to prove your worth to anyone. You do not have to earn love, respect, or acceptance by diminishing yourself. The right people will recognize your value without you having to beg for it. The right opportunities will come when you stop settling for less than you deserve. Your worth is not conditional. It is not something that can be increased or decreased by outside forces. It is yours, always. So hold your head high, set your boundaries, demand the respect you deserve. Walk through this world with the confidence of someone who knows their value. Because once you realize that your worth is non-negotiable, you will never accept anything less than what you truly deserve. You were not put on this earth to live in the shadows of doubt, fear, or comparison. You were not meant to hide your gifts, to second-guess your abilities, or to play small so that others feel more comfortable. You were meant to shine. You were meant to take up space, to share your talents, to embrace your intelligence, and to walk through this world owning your brilliance. Yet too many people downplay their greatness. They act as if their talents are nothing special, as if their skills are just luck, as if their ideas don't matter. They brush off compliments, deflect praise, and hesitate to acknowledge their own success. And why? Because somewhere along the way they were taught that confidence is arrogance, that self-belief is selfish, that humility means diminishing yourself. It means being aware of your strengths while remaining open to growth. It means knowing your worth without the need for external validation. It means standing in your greatness without apology. Owning your brilliance means recognizing your talents and strengths without hesitation, speaking up when you have something valuable to say, believing in yourself even when no one else does, refusing to shrink to fit someone else's expectations. How many times have you held yourself back because you were afraid of what others might think? How many times have you kept an idea to yourself because you worried it wasn't good enough? How many times have you stayed silent when you should have spoken up, dimmed your light when you should have let it shine? That ends today, because when you step into your power, when you own your brilliance, you inspire others to do the same. You give others permission to embrace their own gifts. You become a force of confidence, of courage, of unwavering self-belief. And that kind of energy is contagious. You cannot inspire others if you are hiding yourself. You cannot reach your full potential if you are constantly playing small. You cannot live the life you were meant to live if you are afraid of stepping into your greatness. So own it. Own your intelligence, your creativity, your uniqueness. Own your ability to solve problems, to lead, to innovate, to create. Own the fact that you bring something to the table that no one else can. You are not a mistake. You are not average. You are extraordinary. And the moment you decide to stop doubting yourself, the moment you stop waiting for permission, the moment you finally own your brilliance, the moment you finally own your brilliance, that is the moment your life will change forever. You are not here to live a life of self-doubt, hesitation, or fear. You are not meant to shrink yourself, to seek permission, or to question your worth. You are here to stand tall, to walk boldly, and to embrace every part of who you are. Your worth is not defined by others. You are enough just as you are. You do not need to apologize for existing, for dreaming big, for taking up space. You are deserving of love, success, and happiness, not because of what you do, but simply because you are. Your value is non-negotiable, and the moment you realize that, the world will have no choice but to recognize it too. So own your brilliance. Speak with confidence. Believe in yourself even when no one else does. You have something unique to offer this world, something that only you can bring. Do not let doubt, fear, or the opinions of others hold you back. From this moment on, walk with the unwavering belief that you are worthy, Because the day you stop devaluing yourself is the day you step into your true power. And when you do, nothing and no one can stand in your way. The world is waiting for you to rise. So rise.